AJ wants the winner of Fury versus Wilder. I saw a little piece where Wilder said he wants Joshua. So, if Joshua gets past Jarrell Miller, and if Wilder gets past Tyson Fury, let's hope that this fight happens later on this year. Okay? Because I really think that this fight, the longest it could go, it could be prolonged, is the year 2020. Like, I think if this fight happens in the year 2021, 2022, boxing fans are not going to be interested in the fight anymore, okay? Because just for the age, just for Wilder's age at least, Wilder's going to be basically looked at as, past his best by then, because he'll be like in his late 30s, right? Another thing, going on this long without facing each other, there could be a possible risk of losing. You could lose a fight. Because when you keep fighting, eventually you lose, right? It's already, Deontay Wilder already fucked up. He already fucked up for fighting Tyson Fury, because if he loses in this rematch with Tyson Fury, it's over for him. It's over. This man, his career is over, because he lost the opportunity to face Anthony Joshua. Because now Wilder was angry that Eddie Hearn doesn't want to give him that 50-50 split. Wilder's going to be furious, outrageous with the offer that Eddie Hearn will give him if he lost that WBC belt. Because maybe Eddie Hearn will still want to make the Wilder versus Joshua fight happen. But he ain't going to give half as what Eddie Hearn was originally offering him. Because now he has an L in his record, and he's no longer the WBC champion. Him being the WBC champion is what Deontay Wilder, could use in a negotiation table. So the moment he loses that belt, it's over for him, right? It's over for him for making that massive AJ payday, So, and again, the only reason this could happen for Deontay Wilder is because he avoided Anthony Joshua. He could have fought Anthony Joshua. He could have fought him right here in his next fight. But he wanted that Fury rematch, and it might backfire on him because he might lose against Fury, okay? He might lose. And once he loses, it's over. This Deontay Wilder-Joshua fight is going to be dead. Me as a hardcore boxing fan, I would still want to watch it. Even if Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury and he had an L in his record and he wasn't no longer the WBC champion, I would personally still want to watch it just because I want to watch that fight. I think it's a good fight, all right? It's a fight that I'm excited for, but obviously it would be way better if Deontay Wilder was unbeaten or if AJ was unbeaten. And the longer these two guys wait, the more risk is going to be for them losing a fight possibly next. So I really hope this fight happens this year. And like I said, if it doesn't, the latest is 2020. These guys can't keep, especially Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is at an age where you start declining. When it comes to boxers start declining with their reflexes, with everything, when they're in their mid-30s. These are facts. You always see boxers decline after the age of 34, 35, okay? That's when boxers start going on the decline. They start slowing down. They start looking like father time is basically caught up to them. It's when they're in their mid-30s. Boxers are in their best, are at their peak when they're, in my opinion, throughout their 20s to early 30s. But once a fighter goes over 35, you always start seeing the decline. In rare occasions, there's sometimes where you see a fighter that he's really good in his late 30s. But most of the fighters that are still really good when they're like in their late 30s or sometimes even early 40s, those are fighters that did not take a lot of punishment throughout their career when they were young. And those are fighters that, like I said, are defensive type of fighters. You notice how the fighters who tend to still be effective and during their late 30s or early 40s, they're normally fighters that were good defensive when they were young, right? When they were young, they were good defensive. They were technical fighters. So because they were good defensive and they were technical fighters, their body didn't take a lot of damage So that's why they're still able to perform at the highest level of boxing in their late 30s and early 40s. But most fighters, they take punishment. Most fighters don't have the ability to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. and not get hit with a single punch throughout an entire round. Most fighters don't have the technical ability of a Bernard Hopkins. Most fighters don't have that. So by the time they're 35, they've been into so many wars. They've been into so many wars that it shows. It shows. They look past their best. They're not as fast. They look like they have a lot of mileage in their tanks. Because they took punishment throughout their 20s when they were at their best throughout their 30s. Deontay Wilder has taken a few beatings. You know, he took a beating against Joan Duhaupas. Okay? That wasn't an easy fight for Deontay Wilder. Look at his face. He was swollen up against Joan Duhaupas, right? He was getting hit all night against Tyson Fury. He took a beating against Luis Ortiz, King Kong Ortiz. So Wilder is at that age right now where he's not a young heavyweight anymore. He's not a young fighter anymore. Obviously, in general, he's young, but when it comes to like boxing, he's not young. When you're 33, you're not a young fighter. By 2020, he'll be 35. He's going to be 34 this year. So Wilder really has to fight Anthony Joshua now. He cannot be waiting until he's 36, 37. It's going to be worse for him. He would have slowed down dramatically, man. Like I said, I think that Wilder's on the decline. Wilder's in the decline. I think it's over. You know, he's not going to be champion for that much longer, people. That's basically what I'm saying. That's all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.